So let's jump into this because we're talking about time saving. I don't want to waste your time on the webinar as we're going through this. You're going to see a theme in this, right? So the first thing we're going to cover is the time saving system, right? Using the BombBomb method. This is really cool and something that we've been exploring. Ethan Butte, our chief evangelist, kind of brought this idea, and then it's been a really fun discussion. So we're excited to pass that on to you. Of course, we're going to talk about some time-saving tools, some things that you can do to just help save some time, some features specific to BombBomb that will help you be more efficient in your workflow so that you're getting the most out of your day. Because we all know that we only have so many hours in the day, so we got to make the most of it. Number 3 there, some strategies, some actual strategies to what can you do with video? How can we use video in a strategical manner to help save us time in the long run? Maybe not at this exact moment recording, but throughout our workflow as well, which will be really exciting. And then, of course, like I teased earlier, a little bit of Q&A there. Alicia, I know before we jump into this, you have something exciting to tease as well. That's coming up, I believe, next week, right? Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. So I know that we have a large difference of people that come to our customer webinars, people that aren't customers yet, people that are already customers, team leaders, individual users, all of that. But myself and Steve Passanelli, our CMO, we're hosting a session next week, a special session that's just all about teams. Okay. So if you either have a team that you think should be using BombBomb, but you're not sure about all of the team functionality, or maybe you're just like, oh, wow, I never even knew there was a team option. Like if you want to understand what we do for teams, what the functionality is, the additional features, all of that, we're hosting that session next week. So Michelle just dropped it in the chat. And we are, if you show up to that session, we are offering a discount off of our team onboarding fee. So if you have a team, you want to check out that, copy that link after the webinar, go register. After today's webinar, go register for it. Keep an eye out for any messaging.
That's exciting. I just heard about that this morning, so I'm excited about it.
Well,
Awesome.
we're gonna jump into the content. And I'm really excited. We're going to move through some of this pretty quickly. Some of it I'm going to slow down for, but like we said, it is recorded. We'll get this out to you. This is one of my favorite quotes. A handful of years ago, I got to see Tiffany Bova actually speak at an event, and she was talking about video. But what she said was, do you want to be better at your jobs or not? Do you want to be more human or less human? Automate the things you can, but human contact can never be automated, which I love this quote so much because it can't. However, you can scale it, right? You can scale your ability to connect in a more human way. And that's what we're talking about today. And the first thing that I really want to teach you all is the BombBomb method. And this is kind of new for us. We've been teaching elements of this for a long time, but like Kevin teased, Ethan Butte, our chief evangelist, has really mapped out a really, really great way to identify some ways that you can save time by knowing what videos you should do ahead of time. But I want to kick off a poll first, get an idea of the way you guys record your videos right now. And so the question is when do you make your BombBomb videos? Okay. Do you do it just randomly whenever you think of it? Do you time block and record all your videos in one time? Do you record your videos situationally, right? Like when someone fills out a lead form on your website and you get the notification, you're like, oh, okay, I'm going to send them an introduction video. Or are you like, I'm new. I need you to tell me when I should make a video, Alicia. That's why I'm here.
Alicia, which one of these do you think you most commonly do with your recording?
Randomly.
Yeah.
And situational, I should say. Actually, it's probably more situational, right? Like it's more triggered throughout my day. Oh, I need to tell someone this, so I'm going to record a video. I'd say situational.
I think it's interesting for us because it's so ingrained in what we do, right? So it's always top of mind because we're talking about it constantly. So even the randomly stuff, when it's like, oh, this comes up or I think of that, it's so top of mind that it's not something I really stress about, but I'm still sending 20, 25 videos a day. It's crazy.
Totally. Yeah. We're at about 56% participation on the poll there. I'm going to go ahead and end it because I want to keep moving. But look where we're at here. It looks like 39%. I'm new. I need you to tell me when I should make a video. Second place randomly whenever I think of it. All right. Well, this is good. Let's get in to the BombBomb method because this is a system that is really going to help you identify the places in your business where you should be sending videos and getting really systematized on that. And then you can replicate it. So the first thing is that I know a lot of you just answered, well, I'm new. I don't know when I should send a video. And people always want to see examples, right? They're like, show me more use cases, show me more use cases, show me more use cases. And I could show you hundreds of use cases. But what you really need to do first, okay? What you need to do sitting here on this session today is you need to identify the moments in your business right now that you need to see the biggest shift, okay? And don't say all of them. I need you to think of one or two places where you're coming against friction or where you're just not getting good results. For example, leads, right? If you are paying for leads or you're not converting leads at a high level, well, this is a place, maybe that's the first place you need to identify. Or maybe it's you get people that are way interested and schedule appointments, but then they don't show up for your appointments. Maybe you're having a lot of canceled appointments. Maybe that is the first moment that you really need to see a shift in your business. Maybe you need to get more referrals or repeat business from your past clients. Maybe you are selling insurance and you've been seeing your referrals drop off, right? And you need to do that. Well, that is a moment, right? So the first thing that I need you to do, okay, you don't have to jot it down right now. You need to start thinking about it. You'll get this deck after, but you need to, after this session, I need you to write down what that first one or two moment is, okay? So the next thing in the BombBomb system is you're going to identify, is this moment a one-to-one video, or is this moment one that I'm sending to many? Okay, so for example, a one-to-one video would be like that lead response. It's one video that you send to one person. A one-to-many video would be maybe you're in lending and rates just dropped and you want to send a video out to all of your past clients, letting them know that interest rates just dropped. And if they're thinking about refinancing, this would be a great time. That's a one-to-many. Okay. So you're going to look at this moment that you've established that you need to see a shift on, and you need to decide, is this a one-to-one video or is this a one-to-many video? Okay. The next thing is, what kind of video is this? Is this a personal video that you're recording one time and using one time? Or is this an evergreen video? Is you going to use this over and over and over again? Quick definition on evergreens, okay? An evergreen video is a video that you might only be sending to one person at a time, but you use that video over and over and over again, like a pre-recorded lead response, okay? So a pre-recorded lead response, that's a one-to-one video, but you're using that same video over and over again. So it's an evergreen video, okay? Or maybe the moment that you're trying to shift really does need a personal video, right? If it's a follow-up after an appointment, well, you can't use the same video over and over and over again for that. You need to repeat back specific information about the appointment. So you're going to use a personal one for that. You look like you had something to say there, Kevin.
I was just going to say that's a great example thinking about appointments, because the appointment follow-up really does scream personal, and you need to follow up on the things you discussed. But there are opportunities for the appointment confirmation prior to the appointment.
Yes.
Where you could do an evergreen video. Thanks so much for setting the time. I'm really excited to meet with you. All the details are down below. So you can type out the personal information that's specific to that meeting, but now you have something you can use if you don't have time to do that personal one. So it's just a really interesting way to kind of think about the difference of how to use both of those.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to talk more about the types of evergreen videos that you should have when we get into time-saving strategies. So now we've identified, is it a one-to-one? Is it a one-to-many? Is it a personal video? Is it an evergreen? Now, when are you going to do this video? Is it time blocked? Is it triggered by a certain event, or is this automated? Okay. So for example, if you are a lender that's going to be sending out videos, providing a weekly update on interest rates or a monthly update or whatever, that's the kind of thing you're going to time block for, right? If you know that you need to get more energy in your database with your past clients, and you're like, I'm going to commit that every single week, I'm going to send one video out, giving them an update on the market, or once a month, well, then you need to time block for that, right? Just time block, put it on your calendar and say, on Mondays, I am recording this video that I am going to be sending out to my entire database. So that would be time blocked, okay? Triggered would be, for example, like someone just scheduled an appointment on my calendar, and that means that now that triggers me, that pre-recorded evergreen video that I already recorded confirming the appointment goes out, okay? Or automated, you also have an option, like if you're using a software that will send out a pre-recorded appointment confirmation, or if you're using drip campaigns or a CRM with automations, you might be able to have that video automated there. So you need to make the decision, right? Okay, where do I need to move the needle in my business, right? Is this a one-to-one video, or is it a one-to-many? Is this a personal video that I need to record each time this instance happens? Or is this an evergreen video that every time this instance happens, I can use over and over and over again? Okay, now, is this use case that I've decided where I need to change my business, where I need to move the needle? Is this something where I need to time block and put it on my calendar every week to record this video? Is this something that I need to know and have set in my mind? Oh, when this happens, I send this video, right? Or can you set this up as an automation? Can you set it and just let it work? Okay. And then the last thing that you need to decide to map this process for the BombBomb method is, where are you going to send it from, right? Are you going to send it from BombBomb.com? For example, if you're sending out to an entire list, a newsletter that you want branded with your video in it, well, you would send that from BombBomb.com. Okay. A quick response or a follow-up after a meeting, well, you're probably going to send that from Gmail or Outlook. If you're setting up an automation, right? Well, that's going to happen in your CRM. And then lastly, that mobile app, right? If this is every time I get that notification on my phone that someone just scheduled an appointment, I'm going to open up my mobile app and grab that video, pre-recorded, and send it. So the whole point of this process here is to help ease some of the confusion. And I know it may feel confusing at the moment, but once you select, right, what that use case is for you and start to map it out, then you're going to know you've got to get consistent on this one use case and do this over and over and over again. And then once it's working and humming and you're seeing results, we'll add another use case, right? This is how you save yourself time, rather than just sitting at your computer and being like, I keep paying for this BombBomb account, but I don't know when to send videos, right? No. Let's identify where you need to move the needle, map the process, get really clear on what happens, right? This happens, I send it from here, and you do this over and over and over again, and then you're going to get good at it, okay? So let me show you an example of what this looks like. A real estate agent, for example, they want to send out a monthly newsletter. Well, this is one to many, right? It's going to a whole bunch of people at one time. Well, it's personal. Okay, you can't do an evergreen video for a newsletter because you would be sending the same video every month with the same content. That doesn't make sense. So it's got to be personal. You got to make it, right? When that likely time blocked, right? You're going to set time aside to build your newsletter, record the video, and you're probably going to send it from BombBomb.com. Okay, here's one more example. You're a financial advisor, okay? Someone just referred you, one of their friends, that needs to get their, finances in order. Well, this is going to be a one-to-one, right? You're not sending that message to introduce yourself to someone who's just been referred to you. You're not going to send that to a whole bunch of people. That's a one-to-one. Okay. It's personal, right? It's absolutely personal. You're not going to send an evergreen video to introduce yourself to a warm lead, right? Well, this is triggered. Because as soon as you get notified, or that email address that this person, you should talk to them, well, that triggers that to you. Okay, I need to send this personal video. Where? Well, you're probably going to send it from whatever email you're using, Gmail or Outlook. Make sense there? I hope everyone's following.
I love the use cases. I think the use cases are important. And will you, Alicia, would you mind going back to the slide that has all the different selections on it? I think it was like 3 slides up. I want to encourage everybody. We've had some great things. Mercedes, Pam, you both messaged in going, oh my gosh, where can I find more information on this? Because I've been using BombBomb for a long time, have not been able to figure out the right solutions for it. Take a screenshot of this slide. We're going to send it to you. I promise you, we will email this to you. You'll get the recording. You'll get all of the things. But I want you to have this now while you're feeling excited about it, because it does feel a little overwhelming when you're staring at these blocks going, well, how am I going to know this? You'll be shocked at when you think of that moment for you, how quickly you know these answers. And that's why I love that you use those examples and kind of mapped out what's triggering those or what's showing those. But when you're thinking about this stuff in your flow, Mercedes, you'll go, oh my gosh, this is happening. And it very quickly walks through those things and gives you those solutions. And that's why we decided to put this in the time saving webinar, is because if you have this formula, it saves you time on knowing when I should use this and how I should use it. So you're not toiling over that and frustrated by that on a case-by-case basis.
Well, and here's the thing. Once you identify this 1 or 2 moments in your business that you need to see the needle move on first, right? That you're just going to get this humming, right? You identify this one moment. This is where I need to see the biggest shift. I'm going to focus, right? I'm going to focus on this moment. I'm going to get really good at this. And then you can really move the needle and see the difference instead of just sending videos randomly all the time, right? You're not going to see the difference. So this is your wrap up slide on this. And then we're going to move into the tools. Okay. But again, you need to pick 1 or 2 moments that matter. Okay. And then you need to decide the best type of video. Is it one-to-one? Is it many? Is it personal? Is it evergreen? Am I sending this through an automation, right? Am I sending it in the moment? And then where do I send it from? Do that over and over again for that 1 or 2 moments. And then once you're consistent on that, pick another moment. Okay. What's next? What's next? Where do I want to move the needle next?
You'll be shocked at how quickly that becomes normal and it feels regular. I mean, Alicia, I know you've shared stats with me before about how many videos does it take for people to start to feel comfortable recording videos? And it's as low as what? 7 or 8 videos?
5 to 8 is the average.
5 to 8 videos. I mean, that's not that many. So if you really start to put it into this important spot, you'll be shocked at how quickly you get that and go, oh, well, now it doesn't feel like a big deal anymore because you started to build that muscle. So don't feel like this is going to take you months and months and months. It won't. If this is something like a new lead and you've got decent leads coming in, I mean, within a week or 2, this could be totally feeling normal. You've got this muscle down and you're ready to start adding to it and building on.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's exactly the whole point, right? You get really consistent with it. It's going to become just a part of your system that it doesn't even take you any time, right? Like for Kevin and I, it's way faster for me to send a video to someone than to ever type out an email. Way, way, way faster. But that's because it's just become part of our system. So you got to make it part of your system and then move on to that next item. Okay. So let's move in to some time saving tools, okay? Because BombBomb does have a lot of features that are going to help you save some time. And we teased some of them in the BombBomb method there already. So first, I want to talk about our integrations. And we're not going to dive into all of these integrations because we have too many, okay? We have over 65 integrations that make it easy for you to do this where you are already working. Okay. So for example, Gmail and Outlook, these are 2 of the big ones. If you use Gmail or Outlook, you can set up an integration that makes it so right from inside your Gmail, you can just record a video and send. Right from inside of Outlook, you have access to your video library. You have all of your tracking. Some of these bigger ones, right? Like Outreach and Salesforce and, oh, why can I not think of the big mortgage CRM? It's a huge
Total
one.
Expert? Is
Total
that
Expert. I just had total mind blank. Total Expert, right? Some of these big ones to make it really, really easy so that you're not leaving where you're working and going somewhere else. You're just doing it right there. For example, right? Like if you're working inside of Gmail, that triggered, right? When someone asks you a question, you know, responding to that video, that is going to be really, really easy just because you're already inside of Gmail. So I think they did throw a link to our integrations page there, but if you go again to bombbomb.com/integrations, you can check them out. You can click on the integration that you want and it'll walk you through how to set it up. It's amazing how well it works, but it's really, really great. Definitely check out the integrations, because this is going to save you a tremendous amount of time once you get it hooked up to the places where you're already working. Miranda said, how can you get the integration into Outlook? Go to our integration page and click on Outlook and it'll walk you through it. Okay.
And we're not going to dive into each one because they all have their own intricacies and work a little bit differently in what they provide and what they allow us to bring into their systems. So that's not why we're not getting really granular with this. So go to the website. I promise you that will be the best place that kind of maps out your specific tools. And if we connect, how does that actually work and what does that look like?
All right, so the next tool that I want to talk about that is a massive time saving is the mobile app. You know what's crazy is that we have like customers that have been with us for a while that don't even know we have a mobile app, which is, we see that randomly, right? Like on chat, do you guys have a mobile app? So our mobile app is available on the iOS and Android. Some really cool things that I love about our mobile app, okay? Number one, obviously you get access to all of your videos. So any video that you record is accessible on your mobile app. It's not taking up storage on your phone. So like the pre-recorded videos, we're going to tell you in a few minutes what pre-recorded videos you should have in your account. You can just grab those from the mobile app. So if you're in the grocery store trying to check out of groceries, you just left the gym, your hair's a mess, you're checking out of groceries, and someone asks you a question. Well, if you've recorded some frequently asked questions ahead of time, you can just grab the video and send it to them right while you're standing in line at the grocery store. Okay. So really, really powerful to have your video library right at your fingertips. A couple other things that I love about our mobile app. Number one, the ability to flip the camera while recording. This is such a big one, right? Because like our iPhones won't let us do that. I mean, maybe I know some Androids do, but I know my iPhone doesn't let me flip the camera while I'm recording. If I ever want to do that, like I'll either use the BombBomb app or I'll go to like Instagram, you know, whatever stories or something like that, because they'll let me flip the camera, but that's awesome. And then Carrie just mentioned the next one, the pause feature. This is a huge one. Okay. BombBomb's mobile app will let you pause while recording and then unpause and pick back up where you're going. So for like real estate agents, for example, if you're like doing a walk around of a house, you don't have to do the awkward, like, okay, hold on, I'm walking up the stairs. You can just pause it and go upstairs and pick up the recording. So what do you like about the mobile app, Kevin?
I mean, there's so many of those features that you mentioned that I think really make it stand out from just recording on your phone natively, right? That I love. But for me, it honestly comes down to the flexibility of it, is the ability that, let's be real, we're all probably more attached to these things than we should be, right? Like, if we're just all being honest with each other. It's one of the first things we look at when we wake up in the morning, one of the last things we peek at before we go to bed. If you are not that way, I'm so proud of you. You're doing a wonderful job. That's my habits, right? So just knowing if I have this tool with me all of the time that has the capabilities, now every time the idea comes up, I can act on it. When I worked in real estate or even in sales here at BombBomb, I'm a list person. I create huge lists of lots of things to do. The last thing I wanted to do was come up with an idea, have to add it to my list, and then remember to do it later. If I can think of an idea, do it, and be done with it, and it never even hits the list, well, let's be honest, I probably would add it to the list just to cross it off, because that feels good when I do that. But you get the point, right? It's the ability to just do it right then. The example you used of, I've got an evergreen video of this question already answered and recorded. I can grab it and reply to that person, and now I'm done. It's not taking that brain space. There is a lot of psychology to when we have all of these different things sitting in our brain, the anxiousness that causes, the stress that causes, the distraction that causes from us focusing on what we need to do. So that to me, I think has been the game changer for the mobile app for me, is just, I have the idea, I can act on it, do it, and be done with it. And now I know that I'm still using video and being as effective as I can. And our cameras on our phones are incredible. So the quality you're getting is just really, really top notch. So it's been integral to the way that I've used BombBomb over the years, for sure.
Yep. And last thing that I want to mention about the mobile app, because we always get this, is that you can text the videos from the mobile app. So, those of you that prefer to be able to text a client a video, you do that right from the mobile app, and it'll take the file and put it right into your native texting function. So it's just coming from you. It doesn't even come from like a BombBomb server or anything like that. Comes right from you, right in the native texting app. Jan said, can you show how to flip and pause the camera? Jan, it's a little harder to demo on mobile on Zoom, but you just pause, you press the record button, or you press the pause button while you're recording. Same thing with the flip. There's the button is right there on the screen while you're recording to flip the camera.
Once you click the record button after about, I think it's 4 or 5 seconds, you'll see those options start to pop up in the menu. So you don't see them prior to recording. So heck, just play with it once, right?
Yeah.
And see where they pop up, get comfortable with your fingers, and then you'll know how to use them with that live one.
Yeah. Lee asked a great question about the BombBomb app, and then I'm going to move on to the next tool. But Lee said, can you WhatsApp a BombBomb video? You absolutely can. The Chrome extension, which is the next one that I'm about to tell you about, and the BombBomb app make it really, really easy to take a video and put it into WhatsApp, either from the Chrome extension. You could just copy the link and put it into WhatsApp, or again, from your mobile app, it gives you the option to copy the link, and then you would just place the link right into WhatsApp. Okay, which leads me to the last tool that we're going to touch on for time saving is the Chrome extension. Our Chrome extension is awesome. I think it's our best feature, truly. Other people may disagree, but I love this because the Chrome extension makes it so that you can access your BombBomb recorder, your screen recorder, your video library, and your tracking from anywhere on the internet. So this is just a screenshot I took yesterday. Okay, I'm literally just in a Google Chrome tab here. Once you add the Chrome extension, which if you go to our support site, there's all the directions there. I'm sure either Michelle or Ryan will throw it in the chat here, the actual link to download the Chrome extension. But once you download the Chrome extension into your browser, you'll have that little bomb icon that sits up there. So you could be logged into WhatsApp. You could be logged in to LinkedIn. You could be logged in to Hotmail. You could be logged in to a CRM that we're not integrated with, right? Anywhere. And you're going to have that little bomb icon sitting right there in your browser, okay? When you click on that bomb icon, it's going to open up an option that looks like this, where you can either record yourself, record your screen, right? If I click on record myself, it's going to open up that record window. I haven't left the website I'm on, right? Like if I'm on my CRM, or if I'm on LinkedIn, this video recorder is just going to pop up right there over the site. Okay. You press the record button, you record your video. You also see here the option for the video library, right? If you already have a video that you've already recorded, you don't click the record, you just click the videos. It'll pull up your entire video library. And then after you record your video, or when you click on one in the video library, it gives you the option. Do you want to copy the link to put it into Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, LinkedIn Messenger, a texting service from your CRM, right? You would copy the link and just pop it in there. Or if you want to pop it into your CRM and you're sending it via email, then you copy for email and it'll populate that thumbnail and you just paste and you send. It's super easy.
You guys, this tool is a game changer. It honestly, I think I started with BombBomb when we just first released the first Chrome extension. And I was like, oh my gosh, why doesn't everybody just use this all the time? I think, Alicia, you and I have talked about this. I can't even tell you the last time I actually logged into BombBomb, like web app or anything, to record and send a video, because I don't need to. I can stay exactly where I am and record the video and get it in there, no problem. And we use it with Slack. We're messaging internally all the time. We're sending it through social media stuff, adding it to LinkedIn, messages. And there's just so many use cases. I think it saves so much time by allowing you to be where you are and not have to log in and out of 5 different things to get a video into wherever you want to go. So it's definitely time saving there. But I think it also saves a lot of time in that you're able to share the video where your recipient is. So you're not trying to force it into an email, hoping that your person will show up in their email. I think it's really important. We get these questions all the time. Can I text it? Can I email it? Can I put it in social media? Yes, yes, yes to all of these things. But think about where your recipient is living. Where do you know that they are on a consistent basis? If they're not on LinkedIn, don't try to send them a LinkedIn video. You're not going to get the response you want because that's not where they go. And that's true with all of these things, right? So if they message you through LinkedIn, don't try to email them back. They're already on LinkedIn. Communicate there. And this Chrome extension, honestly, for me, has become the easiest place where I can just grab stuff and plug it into all the different places that I need. And it doesn't require me jumping all over the place and logging into a million different things. So it saves you time currently recording. And I personally think it has saved me time in the long run.
Yes.
By making sure that it's in an easy, accessible place for my recipients so that they're getting the information that they need.
Yep, absolutely. I love that. And I saw more questions. That seems really cool. How do I get it? We threw it in the chat there. Scroll up. They can throw it in the chat again if they're not too busy answering questions. But if you go to, there it is, our support site, the Chrome extension, the link is right there. It'll walk you through the setup. Okay. The last time-saving tool or feature is really just a teaser into our next section. And that's our pre-recorded video library. No matter what account level you are on, you have the option to have your videos at your fingertips for you to use over and over and over again, which is really going to lead us in to some time-saving strategies. We teased on the webinar promo that we are going to tell you the evergreen videos that you absolutely should have at your fingertips. We're going to walk through them. I'm going to give you guys some training tips on those.
Alicia, can I jump in with one thing before we jump into the actual evergreen videos?
Yes.
I think the video library is something that we talk about so nonchalantly here at BombBomb because we're so used to it. The more I sit and think about that, that is a really, really powerful thing. Not only does it allow you to organize your videos, Ryan, you actually brought up, somebody asked earlier about how do I mark my evergreen videos as evergreen so I know that those are there. Well, in the video library, you can create a nice little label that says evergreen, add it to all of your evergreen videos, and then you can hop in and find those. So it's saving you time by that organization. But how many times have you wanted to send a video and you're like, oh, I don't have it on my phone anymore. Oh, shoot, it's on my computer. Oh man, I want to record a video, but my phone's out of space. That's become a little bit less for me now that they make ginormous, memories on phones and things like that. But so many of these things have created hurdles for me to be able to use videos in the past. With BombBomb, it's unlimited. Alicia, you and I are right around that 10,000 video mark in our BombBomb accounts. I can access the very first video I ever recorded 6.5 years ago, 7.5 years ago for you, right? Or 8 years ago. That's incredible that we can have that content and find that stuff so seamlessly and easily. So these evergreen examples are going to be really, really powerful, but know that you do have the power to use these. And the library is a central library. If you record it on your phone, it goes in your library. If you record it in the BombBomb web app, it goes in your library. If you record it on the Chrome extension, it's going in your library and you can access it anywhere. So just use that. It's so nice to just have that ease of, I don't need to stress about this. I don't need to have the space. I don't need to worry about what device it's on. I'll just log into BombBomb and I can grab that video real quick. So when you're thinking of these, just know that.
Yes. And again, the way that you title these and tag them is going to determine, how easy it is for you to find again. So, I can train you really well on what you should say in your video, but if you don't title it well and you can't find it, well, you got to work on that too. Okay. So the first time-saving strategy that you absolutely should do this week is to jot down either your top most frequently asked questions or next steps in the process. Okay. Think about whatever industry you are in. Think about how much time you spend either explaining what to expect or answering the same questions over and over again. Okay. This is a powerful thing that you can do right now to just save yourself some time overall. But even better, this really, really elevates the customer experience. I don't have the exact stat at the top of my head. I have it in another deck, but it's something like 72% of consumers, would prefer to watch a video to understand about a product or service than read the information. So not only does this save you a ton of time by recording the video once so that you don't have to keep answering the question or explain what's happening, but it also, you're communicating in the way that your clients and consumers actually want to be communicated with. One other level of this, when we watch a video, we retain about 90 to 95% of the information, as opposed to if you were to read that in an email, they're only going to retain about 10% of it the first time, because they're just scanning it like we all do with email. Okay. So this is our friend here. This is Sasha. He's a real estate agent. And this is an evergreen video that he sends out to every single one of his clients when they go under contract. This saves him a ton of time because he recorded it one time, okay? And then he uses it over and over and over again. Check this out.
Congratulations, you are now under contract. That's what's up. I'm so happy for you. Listen, I know we've been looking for homes and you have found the one. So what do we do next? Okay, couple things. Number one, I got to get the option money from you. If I haven't gotten it already, but I have to get the option money because I have to deliver that to the other agent. Number two, you have to get your earnest money to me as well. Or sometimes we have to mail it in, depends on the situation. Every title company is different, but those are two big things that need to get done right away, ASAP. Okay, so we're going to do that. But remember, I have talked to you and told you about when it comes down to the option period, what that means.
I love that he even references, like, I've already talked to you. This isn't like his only form of communication, letting them know next steps. But this is a way for him to save himself time, right? Get back in front of them, really be really clear about what he wants. And they've got all that information there. Okay. So here's your training tips and best practices. Write them down, record them when you can. Okay. I know a real estate agent. Anytime she's like sitting in her car, she keeps a notes on her phone of frequently asked questions or like videos that she should do. And when she's sitting in her car, waiting for an appointment to show up, she will record a video answering a frequently asked question, title it, and just save it in her phone, right? You do not have to make this, turn it into a giant project and be like, oh, I got to find time next month on the calendar to record these frequently asked questions. Write them down, record them when you can.
Yeah,
Right?
who was it? Was it one of our guests that we've had recently talked about so many times people get hung up on, I don't know what questions to answer. I think there's two easy ways to think about that. What questions do you get asked a lot? That's an easy one. And two, what questions do you have? You're the expert. If you still have the question, I guarantee your clients will, right? Or the people that you're working with. So just keep those in mind as those come up throughout your day-to-day. That's where the notes on your phone is so wonderful because it allows you to just jot it down. And then whenever you got 5-10 minutes, it doesn't need to be perfect. In fact, I love the recording it in your car. Yeah. People know that realtors are busy. They know that you guys are running all over the place. They know that you guys are doing a lot of things. It's not wrong to be recording a video. It's showing them that you care, that you're doing it when you have the opportunity.
I mean, you and I have been preaching this for years, that like a less polished in a video in a unique location performs way better than a super polished video standing behind your desk anyway. Like, even if you're a lender, even if you are a consultant or you're in financial services, a client getting a video from you that's more casual but answering a question is not going to weird them out. They're going to feel like you're communicating with them as a human being. Okay. So your second tip is use you language, right? If you noticed in Sasha's video, he doesn't say someone's name, but he's speaking casually and saying, you are under contract. I've already talked to you, right? Use you language. It's going to make it more personal. Even though it's an evergreen video, they're going to still feel like you are talking to them directly. Okay. William said, you language is hard. I'm sure I'll get better. Here's the best thing you can do, William. When you're looking into the camera, pretend you're just talking to one person. Ignore the fact that you're going to use it over and over again. Just pretend you're talking to one person. Okay. Your third tip is that you need to title your videos. I mentioned this at the beginning, but frequently asked questions, right? Title it like what the question is, right? Or right, whatever it is, title it so that you can find it easily. Okay. Your fourth training tip is pay attention to engagement. If you have like a 3-minute explainer video or next steps in the process, and you've just recorded these and you send them out, but you're not paying attention to how long people are watching those videos, you may have wasted some time. Okay. So pay attention to the engagement on those videos. If people are dropping off at like 50%, then you know you either need to make it quicker or tighten up or that type of thing. Okay. But pay attention to the engagement on those videos, especially for like next steps in the process, right? You're giving them really valuable information. So make sure that you're paying attention to see how long people are watching. Because if they're dropping off before really important stuff, then you're doing yourself a disservice.
And I cannot emphasize enough the titling your videos. If you can build a muscle right now, start building that with every video. I don't care if it's personal or evergreen. The more you title your videos, the easier your life is going to be, because you can find them easier if you need to reuse them, right? So that's one. And also when she's talking about paying attention to the engagement, if you see all of a sudden, oh, my video on this date that I recorded at this time is being watched, you're going to immediately go, I don't remember what video that was. I don't know what video I sent, right? Versus if I see, oh, this frequently asked question video is being watched right now, I can go, oh, I remember sending that to these people. One of them's watching it right now. I can follow up on that. Yeah. I promise you, this is a great muscle. It'll take you 5 seconds after you record the video, and it will make your life so much easier in the long run. Great, great habit to build.
Yep. I want to try and move quick through these kind of quick, because we only got 15 minutes left, and I really want to make sure we get through these as well as Q&A. So we're going to kind of move through these quick, but there's a ton of value here in these videos that you guys should have. Okay. So pay attention to me. We're going to move quick. Okay. The second pre-recorded evergreen video that you should have right now that you need to do is appointment confirmations. Okay. It sets the expectation for what's going to happen in the appointment. It reduces the client's anxiety, any anxiety they may have about meeting a new person or meeting with a salesperson or having a salesperson come into their home. You get to just right away be friendly, warm them up, make them feel more comfortable. And most importantly, this does increase hold rates. We have data, we have case studies from multiple different sources that we've done case studies on. And I would say almost consistently, we see a shift in appointment hold rates going from somewhere in the 55, 56 range up to the 77 range. All right. So there's a huge shift that comes in having a pre-recorded appointment confirmation video. Okay. I'm going to show you a pre-recorded appointment confirmation. This is a home inspector. Okay. It's not the greatest video I've ever seen. He's uncomfortable on camera. He's a home inspector. He's not a salesperson, but it doesn't matter because this is effective. And I'll show you something after the video.
Hi, my name is Chris Brown. I will be performing your upcoming inspection. I just wanted to reach out, introduce myself, and make sure you know what to expect. The inspection itself generally takes about 3 to 3.5 hours. We visually inspect thousands of items, including exterior, roofs, attics.
I'm not going to make you watch the whole video because he goes through the whole explanation, but pillar to post, okay? They have all of their home inspectors record this pre-recorded appointment confirmation video, because the people that do the booking are the ones that send out the videos, right? Okay, the appointment's booked. This is the inspector that's going out, send the video. But look at this, okay? These are videos they recorded one time. Rich, 135 plays. Hi, I'm Jay, 192 plays. Chris, the one I just showed you, 120 plays, 85% watched. Here's another cool thing. Look at this data, right? People are commenting back, engaging with an appointment confirmation. So if people aren't showing up for your appointments, let me tell you, even a very stoic, right, little bit clunky appointment confirmation video generates engagement that lets people know what's going to happen, and they're engaging, so you know they're going to show up. Okay. Training tips, because we got to move through these. For your appointment confirmation, you got to lead with gratitude. Thank you so much for scheduling time with me. We have data from, I believe it was Harvard and the Wharton School of Business that showed over 108% increase in compliance with a request over email when the requester led with thank you. So something as simple as saying thank you for your time is going to increase the likelihood that they show up. Okay, I've got data for it. Number 2, training tip. This is an evergreen video, okay? So you're going to say something like, thank you so much for scheduling time with me on my calendar, or I'm so excited to meet with you tomorrow, right? The details like time, date, location, information go in the body of the email. Okay. So say that in your video, right? Time and location is listed below this video in the body of the email. If anything changes, reply to this video and let me know. Okay. So lead with gratitude. Important details go in the body of the email, and make sure you say in the video, please reply to this video if anything changes. Okay. Having a human being saying, I'm excited to talk to you, I'm expecting to you. If something changes, reply. They're going to show up. And if they don't, they're going to let you know. Okay.
Well, this is going to help on so many different levels. It's going to help more people show up. It's going to help less no-shows, right? So if they do need to adjust, they'll let you know because now you're a person, and it's going to help with your conversion rates. I promise. The more they know you and you have that relationship established going into the meeting, the better your chances are of closing that deal, whatever that looks like for you.
Yep. All right. Pre-recorded introductions and evergreen lead response. If you have a high volume of internet leads or things coming in, or an automated system where people are filling out a lead form on your website, you should absolutely have a pre-recorded introduction or lead response. Again, even if you don't have a high volume of leads, but you get them sometimes, and you know that that situation may arrive when you are in the line at the grocery store and someone fills out a lead form, if you already have this pre-recorded lead response video, it's going to put you ahead of the game. We know that speed to lead is important, right? When someone voices interest, you being able to get in front of them right away and say, hey, I know you're interested. I'm here to help. That matters. Okay. This gives you an opportunity to build know, like, and trust faster. You stand out from the competition. If they're talking to any other professionals in your industry, it's going to help you stand out, and it drives more responses. In fact, we did a case study with a Big Four consulting firm. I can't tell you who it was because we signed an NDA. But we were able to show in this case study that the average number of touches required to get a response from leads went from 10 touches with no video to 3 touches with BombBomb. Talk about saving time. If you're having to reach out to a person 10 times before they even acknowledge that you exist as a human being, and you can cut that down to 3 touches, you've just saved yourself a ton of time. Okay. This is a pre-recorded lead response. Personals are great when you can do them, but you can't always do it personal. An evergreen works really well.
Thank you for your interest in Lennar. We do appreciate you trusting us with your new home search. I'm Tina, and I'm part of the internet sales team here with Lennar. We have several of us on the internet sales team, and each of us are so excited to be able to help you with your home search. We are here as a team to help.
Okay, your training tips and best practices. Empathy, value, call to action is your framework. Kevin and I have taught this lots, but in a pre-recorded video, the first thing you want to do is you want to align yourself with them. Okay. You know your industry. I don't know what industry you're in, but depending on what industry you're in, align yourself with them, right? If you are a lender saying, listen, I know how overwhelming the process of diving into your financial details and sending, every gory detail about your finances to a stranger can be, I want to make this as painless as possible, right? Empathy, empathize with them. Okay. Align yourself with them, right? I know you're out home shopping and it's really overwhelming. You probably have tons of realtors hitting you up. I just want to introduce myself to you so you know who I am, right? Empathize. Okay. Number 2, value. What are they going to get by responding to this? This isn't the value that you're going to give them at the end of the transaction. This is what's the next item of value that you can give them, right? What is the next item of value that you can give them? Okay. Empathy, value, call to action. Be very specific about what you want them to do next. Do you want them to reply? Do you want them to click the link and schedule time? Do you want them to download, whatever the item of value you gave them is, download our first time home buyers guide? Be really, really clear about what you actually want them to do. Okay. Second training tip, keep it under a minute. That timestamp that BombBomb gives you that says 58-second video or 1-minute video, if this is a pre-recorded lead introduction or to someone that doesn't know you, the likelihood that they're going to play that video is way higher if that timestamp has seconds in it. Okay. If that timestamp says 48 seconds or 52 seconds, you are going to get a higher play rate than if it says play 1 minute video or play 2 minute video. Okay. So if you can keep it under 1 minute, it's really going to benefit you. Last thing on this is use the GIF to your advantage. I put up the slide here earlier that shows Michelle. Michelle is a GIF queen. Okay. Let me just tell you, when you're talking about an evergreen video, use that GIF to your advantage, right? I know a lender who is his pre-recorded website, like lead response video. He's holding up a sign that says, this is a personal video for you, right? About your mortgage inquiry, that type of thing. So use that GIF to your advantage so that when they open up the email, they see something.
I think a lot of times people are hesitant to use a whiteboard or something like that on an evergreen video because they're like, I can't write their name. What do I write? I mean, you can write just so nice to meet you, be assumptive in it, right?
Yeah.
Things like that. Or I even on my phone, excited to meet, we'll meet soon. You know, anything like that that makes them feel more likely to click on that are really great strategies for sure.
Yeah. Yes, I do mean thumbnail, William. When I say GIF, we take the first 3 seconds of your video and we loop it into an automated GIF so that when they open up, the thumbnail that they see is actually a GIF. They see motion. They see that human smiling face. Okay, the fourth evergreen video that you should have is for if you serve clients that have a long life cycle and you want to keep those clients. Birthdays or milestones, okay? This is my recommendation. I love it when people do personal videos, but I know that you as a busy business owner are not going to send personal happy birthday videos. I just know it. There are very few of you that actually do because you don't have time. But here's the deal. You can make one birthday video and use it over and over again all year, okay? If you are a lender, you can have a happy anniversary video that you use over and over. Happy anniversary on being in your home. Okay. This is this example that I'm going to show you. Okay. But number one, this is an incredible opportunity to be unforgettable. It does not matter what industry you are in. If you rely on repeat and referral business, I know for a fact that you are not getting as much repeat and referral business as you want because all of the data tells me you're not. Okay. So be unforgettable. When I refinanced my house, I used a different lender, even though I loved my first lender, but I didn't remember who she was. A lender that sends you a video being like, happy anniversary, you've been in your house for another year. No one forgets that lender, okay? Number two, this facilitates connection, right? Writing happy birthday on someone's Facebook wall doesn't facilitate a connection because 150 people already did that as well, and you don't stand out. You send this over text or on Facebook Messenger or over their email and they get a video from you, they're going to reply. It's going to facilitate connection. And this is also a referral generator. Check this out.
Hi, this is Frances Warner with Caldwell Banker Seacoast, and my team and I just want to say congratulations. We are so happy for you. This is your anniversary month. And owning your property at Ocean Isle Beach, that one doesn't make noise. I want one that makes noise. And Sharon is opening a bottle of champagne. Show the champagne. In your honor, we are getting ready to open champagne. It's 12 o'clock somewhere. And celebrating.
It's 12 o'clock somewhere.
I love how much of that goes wrong in that video. And they're
It's
like,
so
you know
great,
what?
though.
We're just going with it. The hat's
Yeah.
falling off. This isn't opening. The noise isn't being made. And they're like, you know what? It's fun. Let's just do it. I love
Well,
that.
That's what Boris just said. So funny, but it's memorable. Love it. Love it. I love it. Okay, so here's your training tips. Make it big. Do not fake personal. If you are going to use the same happy birthday video and send it out to your clients over and over and over again, do not do a just wishing you a happy birthday today. I'm thinking about you. Don't do it. It's fake. We all know it's fake. Okay. Do something silly like they did because you're only doing one. Right? If it's not going to be personal and you're not going to say their name, make it the kind of thing that when they're at work and they get the video from their lender, they're going to be like, show their colleagues, you are not going to believe the happy birthday video that my lender just sent me.
I got a happy birthday video from my dentist And I was thrilled. I don't have loyalty to my dentist, but it was like, oh my gosh, they thought of me. It was not personal at all. It was a perfect example of me being on the other side of it.
Totally. Don't forget to update your video next year. Don't use the, right? If you record and you're going to use the same video all year, make sure that you update it and that you don't send the same video to the same person twice. Okay. Update it. And then lastly, share it where it makes the most sense for them. Okay. If you want to send it over text message, great. Facebook Messenger, great. LinkedIn Messenger, great. WhatsApp, all of that. Don't feel like you have to send it as an email, because the likelihood that they're opening up their email on their birthday, scrolling and looking for their happy birthday messages is unlikely, unless you make such a great happy birthday video that every year they look forward to it.
So William just promised us that he's going to jump up and down on a diving board in a tutu for his birthday videos, and he's going to send it to all of us. So everybody keep your eyes open for that. We're excited, William. Thank you.
All right. So we are at the top of the hour and we are going to hang out and answer questions, but real quick, a couple things. Number one, if you are not a customer and you want to give a free trial a go, we do offer a 14-day free trial, no credit card required. If Michelle or Ryan can throw that link in the chat, I'm going to give you a link so that you can go sign up for a free trial to give it a go. Okay. If you want to, you can actually start recording some of these videos today on your free trial. You can give it a go and see how it goes. Secondly, if you have a team, you want to come show up to that team demo, we'll throw that link in there. Again, there is the link for a free trial. If you want to give it a go, you can sign up for that team session happening next week. Next month, we're talking about ChatGPT. You guys, last month we asked what you wanted to hear about. It was kind of a tie between saving time and ChatGPT. So saving time this month. Next month, we have a special guest coming to talk about business applications for ChatGPT. Listen, he's so excited. He's been using it. He's going to help us share about that. We are going to answer some questions if you do have them. If you're waiting for a question to be answered, we'll hang out. If not, let us know how we can help. But just as a last wrap up here, if you want to see success, you got to systematize your process, okay? Pick those 1 or 2 places where you really want to move the needle and start there. Use the tools that make it easy, right? Use that Chrome extension, use the mobile app. The easier it is, the more likely you're going to do it. And then lastly, evergreen videos are your friend, okay? I just gave you 4 different examples of videos that you could have at your fingertips that are going to make a difference in your business. Do that little bit of work now. You'll really appreciate it later, okay? When you're saving yourself time by just being able to send out those videos.
Thank you, everybody. We're going to answer a few questions. I've seen a few things coming in, and I actually saw one that seems really, really interesting that I'm sure a lot of people have questions about. But before we do that, I've seen a couple of questions come in of, I came late. Is there going to be a recording of this? Just to reiterate, yes, you will get a recording. You'll be able to review any of this content that we've sent out. And it's always going to be on our website at bombomb.com/webinar as well, if you want to look at that. It usually takes a couple of days for us to get it up there, but it will be up there.
Yeah, and we'll send it out.
But a question that I wrote down, this actually came quite a bit earlier in the webinar, and I was like, I like this a lot. I'm going to write it down. Somebody asked, they wrote, I wonder if I do it too regularly, will people stop watching? I would love to hear your perspective on kind of what your thoughts, because I have my opinions, but Alicia, what do you think about that as far as like the frequency of sending videos?
If there's value in it, then they're going to keep watching. So that's what I would say is you got to think about, like, if you do it too often, well, what do you mean? Like if you communicate with your clients too often, right? Like if you respond to leads too often, or you answer too many questions. So just think about it that way. Like video isn't this like cool tech thing to add to kind of like try and get attention, right? This isn't like, ooh, yeah, I'll do this to see if I can like up my, lead flow or something like that. This is really about communicating more effectively in the way that humans, A, communicate most naturally, but B, the way consumers want to be communicated with now. So yeah, I mean, you could definitely send too many videos in the same way that you can send too many emails. But if you are using the video to communicate important information or using video to add value, like answering questions or telling them next steps in the process, then no, you can't do it too much.
Yeah, I think I always use the rule of thumb of every video I send is training somebody if they're going to watch the next one that I send, right? So to that point of what you were talking about, Alicia, the value has to be there. If you start sending all of these boring, worthless, just trying to get their attention videos, they're going to stop watching the future videos. But if you start to train them that every time I get a video from you, there's value in it and I'm learning something new and it's beneficial to me as the recipient, right? That's always a really important thing from a human-centered approach, is making sure that the value is there for them, not just for us, because we need to make a touch, we need to reach out for whatever reason. As long as we continue to do that, I don't think you can send enough videos. You know what's, it's actually funny. My wife uses BombBomb, of course, because I make her use it. But she sent me a text yesterday, a screenshot of a text message she got back from one of her clients. And she wrote, "Hi, Lydia, goodness, this video communication is a game changer and I want it in my life on a regular basis. Such a great way to communicate, huge fan," right? What if that was the response you were getting back from just silly emails? We don't get them back from just text emails. And my wife she wrote me back. She was like, literally every video I send, I get a response like this. People want it. People really want to engage with it. And it makes them feel good. It makes them feel informed. It makes them feel like you care and are building a relationship with them. You can't do that too much. There is no too much of any of those things.
Yeah. I mean, even if you just think about like the statistics on the amount of videos that the average person is watching in any given day, like we're used to it everywhere, right? We go to LinkedIn, we go to Instagram, we go to Facebook, it's video after video after video after video. And people are watching more videos, not less videos. They're not being like, I want less videos on my news feed. So it's the way we're moving. There's two questions in the Q&A. One was about reviewing the first evergreen video, and are you sending a recording? You will get a recording if you missed anything. We absolutely will send out the recording to anyone who registered. So you will get this, as well as we will send a copy of the slides, likely as a PDF. The videos won't be in there, so that you're not going to be able to watch the video examples that we showed, but the training tips will still be there. You'll see the video thumbnail so you remember what it is.
A good resource, Michelle or Ryan, if one of you guys can grab the link to our resource hub, we actually have a website with a resource hub and it has a use case library in it. So if you're somebody that's going, I want to see what other people are doing, how are they using it? You can look based on the role that you have, or you can look based on a goal that you want to achieve, right? What is your hope in that? And there's lots of really cool resources and videos up there. So definitely check that out. If you just go to our website and look up Resource Hub, you can find it. I'm sure Ryan or Michelle is trying to find that link because I just threw it out there in the middle of nowhere. So I guarantee they did not have that one ready. But yeah, go to bombbomb.com and look up the Resource Hub. There's great examples on there if you want more of those as well.
Yeah. I don't see any other questions rolling in. It looks like it slowed down there. There we go. There's the Resource Hub link.
The one other question I've seen come through a few times, and we've addressed it a little bit, but people are asking when I text a video, because we talked about that through the mobile app. There's been a lot of, I don't want to say confusion, but questions about how is that going to show up to somebody else. I want to give you the caveat: when you text a video, assume it's going to be a link. The reason I say that is because there is a lot of factors that we cannot control in that exchange. Factors like what type of phone do they have? Who is their carrier? All of the carriers have different security rules and regulations. And ultimately, I always like mentioning this as well. From a sender perspective, it feels frustrating. But imagine if all of the junk that people sent us in text and email just came through without any regulations. We'd be really frustrated from a recipient standpoint. So it really is to protect all of us that they do this. So the caveat to that is, if you communicate a lot with this person, if you have their contact saved in your phone, if you text message back and forth on a regular basis, you may actually have that preview show up. When I send videos to my wife, guess what? We text a lot. So that preview does show up in that regard, because we've proven that this is a safe relationship, that we both want to be in this. So some ways that you can work around that a little bit is send them text messages first, start communication with them, and then follow up with a video to try and establish that relationship a little bit. Add their contact in your phone can potentially help with that. But my biggest thing is just assume it's going to be a link So make sure that you're adding text with that link.
Yep.
Always let them know what this link is, that it's a safe link. It's for them specifically. This is why they should watch it. They're going to read that text before they will ever click on some random link that shows up in their text messages. So always make sure you're using the text with the link to the video. Honestly, regardless if the preview shows up or not, just build that muscle to add the text. I guarantee that will help you get more video plays if you're sending it through email, through text message, through any messaging system. Yeah. We've got to make sure that we're using that because they'll read it first. So just kind of a good rule of thumb.
Yeah, I mean, that's something we train on all the time, regardless of whether you're sending it over text or email. You should always include a line of text with your video, letting them know, A, tell them to play it, like tell them to do it, press play on the video. And B, like her too, what they're going to find in the video, right? Like what they're going to discover in the video. So if I'm sending a video to someone I've never met, like a LinkedIn connection request or something like that, I'll probably say, you know, hey, Kevin, press play on the video I recorded to give you a proper introduction, right? Just letting them know what's in there. Let's see. I don't see any other. Do you send out chat transcript with recording? Unfortunately, we do not, Nicola. There is way too much in the chat to send it off, but the resources that we included in the chat, we always include in the follow-up email. So you will have some of those additional resources in the follow-up email. I
think we've gotten most of the big ones.
Yeah,
I think we're
so.
pretty good on it. So
yeah.
We're 10 minutes over. We might as well just call it what it is. Hey, if you're still here, I'm going to go ahead and post the link. If you happen to not have BombBomb, if you're interested, we do give that 14-day free trial. Michelle shared this link earlier, but I just want to make sure if there's anybody that's still sticking around that's interested, use that link right there to sign up for the free trial. No credit card, nothing. Ultimately, thank you guys so much. We really appreciate that you are trusting us to have these conversations and that you're showing up to continue to build on your workflow, expand your knowledge, try to, it just improve your communication, be more human and all of that. And I know Alicia and I really value all of you a ton and are so thankful that you're here on a monthly basis. So make sure you're keeping eyes out. We do these every single month. It's pretty much always on a Wednesday, kind of in the middle of the month. So keep your eyes out for those invitations that are coming your way. Keep your eyes out for the recordings that'll be coming your way as well. And if you need anything from us, please feel free to hop into your account and click the Get Help button or go to support.bombbomb.com and let us know what we can do for you. We want to make sure that we support you in this journey, but we appreciate all of you. Thank you a ton for showing up today and communicating so much. There's been so many awesome chats and fun chats. So thanks so much for being vocal with us.
Thank you, guys.
Have a great rest of your day.
We'll see you next month for Chat GPT.
Yeah, I'm excited.